Hello, howdy, guten tag, greetings, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're listening to this. You have found the Marry Your Best Friend podcast. I'm John Stewart, and I am seated next to my beautiful bride, 35 years, Suzanne, and, well, one of us loves summer.
Yes. Me, pick me.
You're raising your hand there?
Yes.
So we've been off for several months, and this is like the summer episode, and the kids are already back in school, and
No.
but
like
we're adamant that summer is not over
No.
when the kids go back to school.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it
They
makes
start
you.
way too early.
I know it makes you a little mad that the pool at the country club, because it's staffed by high school kids, closed. Like,
And college kids. Yeah. So now I can't go during the week. I can't go.
if you're not watching the video right now, my wife has a beautiful bronze tan from laying out at the pool.
Yeah. I'm a fan of it.
Are you a fan?
I'm a fan of being at the pool, and now I can't go. You know, they don't open till 4:00 in the afternoon, and then on the weekend, and the weekend is normal hours, but the weather doesn't always cooperate.
Okay, so
or
real
I'm
quick.
not here.
So this episode is really going to be about summer, some of our summer memories, summer things of that nature. We're going to talk about summer. You love summer. It's your favorite season. You don't
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And you love the long days. Tell me what you love, sitting on the front porch.
Yeah,
watching the sunset.
And it's kind of funny, or I guess you might call it ironic, that I'm always hot.
You are hot.
I'm always boiling hot, but yet summer is my preferred season.
Well, what's interesting to me
Because it's more than just being hot, or the nice weather, I guess.
Summer started in June, right? The official day of summer. We kind of kick off summer on Memorial Day and get going with the Indy 500 and all that kind of stuff.
But soon as it becomes like 500 week, or even when they start running the ads.
We've got the season of the 500, which is the month of May.
When they start running ads for the 500, then I start getting summer excited.
But once Memorial Day starts, that's kind of when you kick off summer.
Absolutely.
And people in the East Coast are going to the Hamptons and going to
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. But we had, maybe it's just my memory, but our summer was so long when we grew up. It was like
Well, we
2
didn't
months
go
and 3
back to
months and
school until
Labor Day.
After Labor Day.
Yeah, and so now summer officially ends September the 22nd this year, as we know, and our kids are already back in school. Some of the kids started in July, but
That's so dumb.
we're still enjoying summer.
Yeah.
So talk to me about, obviously this summer we've had some trips. We went and celebrated Julianne's 21st birthday.
I know that was huge.
It was awesome.
I think we've done a podcast since then.
Did we do that one?
Yeah. I
So
think
we talked about taking her to Wisconsin, and that was a fun family trip for her to learn how to drink in Wisconsin, because those guys know how to drink.
Well, she didn't do a lot of
No,
drinking.
she had like 2 drinks and she felt tipsy. But there's if you have an outdoor amphitheater like we do at Ruoff Music Center, it's just like 5 miles south of our house, and just going to a shed movie theater or a concert venue and just sitting there. We
so
saw James
great.
Taylor with every other.
It's just
we talked about
there
that,
are
all
just
the other
some
white
things
people.
you have to do in the summertime. You just
Go to a concert.
They're just rules.
So what are some of the things? My favorite summer memories, because this summer we've traveled a little bit. I've done the race season, obviously, which causes me to travel. I was able to go to
I've
Paris.
gone a little bit.
Yeah, but I was able to
but
go to
not a
Paris for the
lot.
opening ceremonies,
Yeah.
and then went to Tomorrowland Music Festival, which I can do a whole podcast just on the greatest music festival.
You are welcome to do that on your own, because that is not my jam.
Suze wouldn't have enjoyed the Tomorrowland.
I would not have enjoyed.
First
the
off, you probably
Festival.
wouldn't have felt safe the whole time, because
It's just that is hot and dirty, and so many
it's
people.
not dirty. It's beautiful. There's like 60,000 people who are all living together here in Belgium. But what's
It's just so
amazing about the
much.
Tomorrowland Music Festival is there are so many things that we could not do here in the U.S.
Oh,
because
I'm
of
sure.
OSHA. No, because
I'm sure.
like where they have the bar set up, they set scaffolding on top of it, and that's where the VIP deck is on top of it.
It's so unsafe.
Well, and I didn't tell you this, but they have like limited portalettes. And the women are really the ones who use the portalettes because they put a trough right
Yeah, you told me
it's
was just
attached to the grandstand. So like as you come down the grandstand and just need to pee, just kind of
just all the men are just
whip it out.
standing there, just taking a whiz.
There's no signage. There's no like cover or anything like that. It's just right there in the open.
Well, like my mom always says, it's a handy little gadget to have on a picnic.
Oh, Lord. I don't think I've heard that one. So, I mean, talk to me about some of your summer memories. What are some of your favorite summer memories? What did the Hall family do during the summer?
We lived at the pool, and that's probably why I just want to be. I mean, when I'm laying at the pool or in the water at all, just close my eyes and hear the splash and hear kids play. That is just summer to me.
Do you know how hard it is for those of us with ADD to actually sit still in like a lawn chair?
Yeah, I do.
I don't understand these people who just literally lay
it.
there. You just put a towel behind your head and you can lay there for hours.
Well, I can't do that because I get so hot. I have to be in the water. But yeah.
I mean, when I'm sitting at the pool with you, I'm playing games mentally in my head, making up stories of what everybody else around the pool
I like to
is.
read. I like to read.
I like to look at people across the pool and decide how they met, where they met, what he does, what she does, what the conversation is, names of their kids. I like name them to my mind.
Well, I usually go with a friend or I take a book. And if I go with a friend, then we're just the whole time.
And I see the bill. You also are eating lunch.
We eat lunch. We have a few drinks. It's nice.
It's
the
fun
club
when your
pool
friends,
is awesome.
Yeah, the club pool is awesome. But I also love when I get a note from one of your friends. Hey, thanks for lunch today. Like, wait.
Suze needs some company. But I like to take a book. And then, because we had a pool and Mom would just say, you're outside today. You're all day.
Those when we were raised in a day, I wish the Gen
we
Xers
just
knew
lived
this,
in the swimming pool.
The Gen Zers knew this. No, but our parents would lock us out of the house.
Yeah, Mom wouldn't let us come in if we were dripping. What's funny is, didn't we just have the anniversary of Elvis's death like this last week or something?
You have to bring this up now. We're gonna have an emotional conversation.
Well, I remember it vividly because Christopher and I had just come in. She'd called us in for lunch. And,
1977.
Yeah.
August 5th.
I mean, I can feel the shag carpet under my butt right now. But she called us in and we sat down in front of our huge console TV. And she brought us our sandwiches or whatever for lunch. And it was on the news. And it just, that was what was on the TV that day. And I yelled out, Mom, Elvis died. And she, started calling
her friends
and stuff, which, by the way, shout out to Aunt Shirley.
She passed this week.
Yesterday, day before yesterday.
Shirley Ann Enoch.
Yep.
Sumner Enoch.
So,
So you remember the day that Elvis died?
I do. I mean, that's like a core summer memory to me because I was, how you feel when you get out of the pool and you go in the house. It was like cold and you're wet and you're eating a sandwich in the middle of a day. And I don't know. That's a core summer memory for me, as I remember seeing that on the news in the middle of the day.
So my summer memories, I was always at the pool, but it was because my parents kicked me out of the house and I'd run down the end of it.
Yeah, but you had to go somewhere to the pool.
We had a neighborhood
My mom just
pool.
kicked me to the backyard.
We had a neighborhood pool in Georgia.
You're not coming in.
And I just remember the feeling of running down the street with bare feet and the heat of the pavement and how hot the pavement was.
Yes.
If you ran quick enough, you could get there. And we always gave the lifeguard a hard time and played sharks and minnows and all that kind of fun stuff. But when we moved to Indiana, I was in 8th grade. Summers kind of changed because once we kind of got a little mobile.
Indiana from Georgia then, right?
Yeah, from Georgia, because in Indiana, people didn't have pools in their backyard. And there was a neighborhood pool, but we, since Scott, Brad, and I all went to Clay Junior High.
3 idiots.
I think that's kind of insulting to the two of them. But I identify as
You're only idiots when you 3 are together.
Anyway, what I was going to tell you is that the Carmel pool, Carmel Junior High had a pool. There's a Carmel pool over at Carmel Junior High, and we would kind of go over there and scope out.
You could go out. You could go to the pool that was at the school.
It was outside. It was outside. It was a public pool, and Tanya.
So it wasn't like a natatorium.
No. This was a rec pool, and everybody went out there, and you cruise by before you pay for the entry fee. You kind of look through the fence to see who was there.
That's not the one that Scott and Carrie belonged to, right?
No. That's the neighborhood pool that I grew up in Cool Creek North, and where Scott and Brad and I all lived in that same neighborhood. No, this was actually at Carmel Junior High. It's no longer there. Carmel Junior High has expanded, but Tanya was a lifeguard there. Looked pretty good in a suit too. So we would kind of like scroll like, oh,
I
we're stopping
can't
in there.
see Tanya like saving anybody because she'd be having
she
a conversation.
Didn't save anybody.
But
She
I mean,
was just
she
no.
would totally be having a
They hired
conversation
her-
and help, and she'd be like, just 1 second.
No, they hired her for marketing purposes. Tanya was blessed as a high school and
Yeah, she
girl,
was-
and so she would just stand there in bathing suit, and all of a sudden all the boys would come in and put their money in the till. But it's like Forest. It was like Forest Park. Sorry, it was like Forest
Yeah,
Park. It just didn't
okay,
have all
that
the
makes
slides
sense.
and the diving boards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there weren't tattooed people everywhere. Go to Forest Park and count how many people do not have tattoos.
I don't think it's the tattoos are not the big deal. It's the
There are
people
more
that
tattoos.
are my age that got tattoos when they were like 18 and 19 that started up here, and now we're all saggy and the tattoos are down here. They're just not pretty anymore. They used to be pretty. They're not pretty
I guess.
anymore.
And then I was a lifeguard in high school, and man, I had a great job at the pool.
I'm sure you
yelling at
did.
kids and all that kind of stuff, and it was awesome. And then, I mean, like college, I think out of all my favorite, think about your favorite summer memories. Probably one of my best summer memories was when I went on a mission trip to the Philippines for those.
Of course it is. That
was
of course would
fantastic.
be your favorite memory. Mine's probably Disneyland. I mean, because we usually went once.
Did you preach the gospel in Disneyland?
Dad
you share
did,
the
and
gospel?
while Dad was
First off-
sharing the gospel, I was on the Matterhorn. That's what was happening.
No, if your family went to Disneyland, it's because your dad was
Dad
booked
was
at
working.
Melodyland.
Yeah, Dad was working, but we would go 2 or 3 times a year, usually once during school, and I got to be taken out of school for that, and I felt really special. And then we went in the summer, and then we would usually go to Hawaii or some place like that, but that was, yeah.
Well, it's interesting too because it's like I think about my worst summer. Think about
Go to England. We went to England
do you
quite
have
a
any
bit.
bad summer memories? Like what happened during the summer that you dreaded, or that you had to do, or it was too hot or enjoyable?
No, nothing really. I just loved the summer. I loved that you were talking about this to me last night because I said something about sleeping. What did I say about sleeping? And I said I always need more sleep than you, and I've always needed a lot of sleep. And that was, the big thing is that I got to sleep in. Now, Mom would not let us sleep past 10 o'clock. That was like if we let our kids sleep till 3 p.m. To her, that was 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. But I knew that Leave It to Beaver came on at 9. So I tried to get up at 9 because I liked to start my day with the Beav.
Yeah, still do.
Yeah, still do. I know. What's wrong with me?
A lot.
But anyway, I would sleep late and then get up. And I don't know, there's like a smell or a feeling of when you get up and you don't have to go to school. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of that. I'd get up and we had these long curtains that would go across the whole wall there in the den, in the family room, and we would have to pull them. You remember those kind that you go, you'd pull those down, and they would open the whole way across, and you could see out the patio, and it would just be so sunny, and I was just ready.
So, you know what I did most of my summer when I was a kid, though, is my parents
Sent you places.
I was the youngest by like 10, 13 years. So by the time I was a kid, my parents were done with me. And so I went to summer camp. I went to baseball camp. I went to football camp.
I think your dad got a paper
camp.
and just was like
Every
circling
week,
whatever.
They looked at the 10
could
weeks
be.
of summer or whatever it was, 12 weeks of summer, and they would go, okay, he's going to church camp. He's going to this place. You want to hear the craziest? Most people don't believe this. I went to bass fishing camp
I know.
in South Georgia, where in the morning they woke us up at 5 a.m. We go bass fishing on
But you
boats with
loved it,
guides,
didn't you?
And then we shot guns in the afternoon, and it was total redneck camp.
You loved it.
I did love it. I mean,
Our boys would have loved that.
but
That was going to the lake for
but
our
my
boys.
church camp was very evangelical, kind of Methodist church camp, which is normal.
Things
What
are
was your
bugging me.
church camp like?
Oh, shut up. You know what my church camp was.
I mean, what was Pentecostal church
You know
camp
what?
like?
Now that you say that, I forget. Every summer I did go to church camp. And it was a big deal that, because I would see friends
You'd have
that
special
I had not seen because they would come from the whole district, because it was the AG church camp.
Yeah.
And
We've talked about the church camp before. At the
church
AG,
camp
because-
was so much fun. Like you got your first kisses and stuff at church camp. There were scandals, all kinds of things at church camp. However,
I talked to Steve Harper not the other day.
you were not allowed to wear shorts in the 1,000-degree
You had to wear
Texas summer. Dresses for church at night, and then which I was kind of thankful for because I hated being all covered up, and jeans and stuff in the day, no shorts. And it was literally the devil's playground. It was so hot.
You know what's funny today, because summers are short.
And no mixed swimming.
Summers are short. There's the weekend before school starts when every family who has not taken a vacation panics and realizes, oh gosh, my kids have no
Or they
memories.
go to the lake.
Yeah, or they like, oh dear God, we got like one weekend
One
left.
lake day, yeah.
And then what are we going to do? And it's like they run to Gatlinburg, or they run to, Splash, they go to, what is that? Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the theme park is here in Indiana, people run to. Holiday World.
Oh gosh,
they got the free Coke.
Thought of it.
Got the free Cokes and the free. I've never been there, but the free Cokes and the free sunscreen and
free drinks.
And the
free
parents go,
sunscreen.
"Hey, remember what we did for summer that year?"
Yeah, Holiday World.
Yeah, so
and our kids always go, "Yeah, we never went to Holiday World.
Never been there." So, and they can complain because it's like 30
I was gonna say, and where did we go?
So
Japan.
Our producer gave me
Europe.
some notes here. Do you know some people hate summer?
Yeah, I figure people hate summer.
It says chances are you're familiar with the seasonal affective disorder, like in the winter when you don't get enough sun and stuff.
See, that's what I have.
It says seasonal affective disorder typically presents itself in winter months when the weather is colder.
Oh
the days are
gosh, see, I
shorter,
hate that dreary.
and we're not getting as much vitamin D or sunlight. But summer depression, basically sad seasonal.
Why would you be
affective
sad in
disorder.
the summer?
Summer depression is a real thing that affects quite a lot of people. So if you're listening right now, and we're talking about summer and it's making you nervous and sweat, don't worry, you're not alone. It says it is not as commonly known or spoken about. There are a few reasons that studies have highlighted might be the cause of summer sad, including increased body issues, self-confidence troubles. So people who don't want to go to the pool or
You know what? I'm not super happy with my body, but it's not going to keep me from going to the pool.
Increased body issues. I can understand where people have that. Financial worries. Summer can be expensive. So,
Okay, to me, that's for us.
Mm-hmm.
Summer is so much less expensive than wintertime.
Really? Oh, because we're not feeding hay.
And I think that is part of why the wintertime stresses me out so much. It costs so much to heat this old house. And then we have to run the heaters all out to the waters. We have to get hay. The food it's just so much harder.
Summer is cheaper. Okay, so another reason why people can experience summer depression is disrupted schedules, such as children being off school and vacations.
I guess
So
I
if
could
you're somebody
understand
who's
that.
Scheduled like that.
Yeah.
The other one, and this is not just for menopausal women, but it says prolonged heat and humidity, which might lead to a trouble sleeping or a loss of appetite.
Well, I don't have loss of appetite. Lord help. But I do have I do hate to be hot. And I am bitching about it constantly that I'm so hot and so sweaty, and I loathe the humidity. But what I get from summer in longer daylight and all that, it makes up for it to me. Because like when it gets dark at 3:30 at 4 o'clock or whatever, like some people like to get their hot drink and get cozy. It just makes me sad. Like I just want to sit and cry. I just don't like it.
Well, this article is in Time Magazine. It says, I hate summer and you should too.
Well, that's just bullshit.
Well, it says, I know you just love it, the long days, the warm evenings, the trips to the beach, the afternoons in the ballpark with your favorite team isn't playing, or pennant races tightening, which is for us, like racing and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's talking about $6 beers and the 88-degree heat and all this kind of stuff. And
Yeah, it's miserable, but come
Price
on,
of
it's
gas.
the summer.
he says, road
miserable
wrecks.
things.
Here we go. There's nothing like long days, no school. It says, according to AAA, the stretch between Memorial Day and Labor Day are the 100 deadliest days. A lot of accidents during.
Well, it's like what you were saying, people hustling to get
I guess
their
just
last
more
little
people
bit
More
in.
people on the road.
Yeah.
Another thing, it says here, it talks about more wars are started in the summer. More
Why?
bugs,
Are people just agitated?
I guess. Bugs. Bugs.
I don't like
food,
bugs,
ticks.
but I'll take it.
Season of wheeze. Here's a whole thing about people who have asthma.
I have asthma. See how I am an overcomer.
And then, speaking of wildfires, a lot of wildfires and things of that nature that take place during the summer. Crime and punishment. Nobody knew this, or I did not know this. Nothing puts bad guys in a bad mood like hot weather, or so it seems. It says the National Bureau, one of these National Bureau of Economic Research found that on days with a maximum temperature of above 85, all crime increases. So when it's above 85 degrees, crime increases.
People just get pissed off.
I guess they start shooting.
Why don't they just go out on their porch and take a cold drink?
But that's one thing.
That's how it gets
The
better.
hotter you get, I can give you credit. You have not shot a gun at me. Daylight savings times. Here's another thing.
I haven't
a lot of people
not thought about
hate
it.
Summer. A lot of people hate summer because of daylight savings time. It says, don't
Why?
get me
'Cause the
started on
days are
daylight
longer?
saving time. There is just nothing to like about this spring forward insanity. For starters, it increases energy consumption.
It's an hour.
The changes in sleep patterns it causes contribute to heart attack, stroke, inflammation, and suicide. If I
Good
could,
Lord, as much jet lag as you have and hopping time zones, you should be dead by now then.
if you ever find a suicide note next to me that says daylight savings time,
Daylight savings time. This hour
realize
did
that-
me
no,
in.
that was like a Clinton kill. Okay, trust me on this. Because nobody is going to end their life over daylight savings time. But this article says that people experience heart attack and stroke and suicide.
Well, see, it makes me very anxious. I get angry when we have to then go back. Is it the go back or the go forward?
I don't know.
Fall forward.
Yeah.
Spring forward, fall back.
Ooh, higher rates of divorce in the summer. More people file divorce in the summer. Trouble in the home front, it says. The study out of University of Washington showing that it's August, along with March, are the two peak months for divorce in the U.S.
I don't know what these people are doing, but they need to come over for some fried chicken, and we just need to sit down and
Yeah. Here's
Talk
another
about
reason.
how
Another
great
reason
it
this guy hates summer is it kills skin.
well,
Sunburn and all that kind of stuff. Actually, when I
Whatever.
first met you in Hawaii, I discovered
I am
that
very
you
careful
had-
about my skin
Well,
now.
let me tell you something. I've never seen anybody get more red due to the sun than you.
I
And
had,
that was
like,
the first time I saw sun poison.
something degree burns.
Yeah,
It was
and,
bad.
but
I had
you-
blisters.
But when you sat next to me in a bathing suit, you didn't want to go inside. You just sat there and got burned.
Actually, that's not how the story goes. The story goes that
You loved me so
you
much
were
at
out
first
on the
sight.
beach meeting other girls, but I wanted to be in your vicinity, and I fell asleep on the beach.
Really? I've never heard that. 30, 40 years now of knowing you.
Whatever, you did too.
I was not on the beach. Picking
You were so. You and Steve Thompson were on the beach yakking it up with other people, and I just laid there, and y'all forgot about me, and I fell asleep. And then
Steve
I
is a minister of the gospel. I'm sure we were
Now
sharing.
he is.
We were sharing.
he was young back
We had a bikini ministry back then. So here's a list: 30 things I love about summer.
30.
Yeah, well, I'll just say some, and if you want to
Okay.
if you want to go freewheeling and pick one of these, you can. But it says 30 things I love about summer: the sunshine,
Yep.
light mornings. When
Yep.
you open up the door and it's light mornings.
I love it.
Long, light nights.
Love
in the
it.
summer when it gets like dark at 9:30 at night. You love that.
Yeah, 10. Well, for us, it's like 10 o'clock in July. You know, now it's a little bit closer to 9.
Next one, barbecue in the
30.
garden. The smell of sun cream.
Love it. Oh my gosh. The other day, I was at Ulta or someplace, and I was just like smelling. Yes, they have like the smell of summer, or
In like a sun cream.
in like a perfume, like a fragrance. And it made me happy to smell it.
Pretty wildflowers.
Oh my gosh, my favorite.
Cloudless blue sky.
Love it.
Going to the beach.
I prefer pool over beach. I don't like all those granules in my hoo-ha.
I like going to the beach because there's activity.
Well, and that's the thing. See, because I don't really love to get in the ocean because I'm
We've talked about
scared.
that before.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
scared.
scared of it. And so then I'm just stuck being hot. I want to be at the pool where I can get in and out.
Feeling the warm sun on your face.
Love it.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Summer clothes.
So much cuter than winter clothes.
They are.
Oh my gosh.
And you know
shoes
what's-
are cuter. Dresses. I wear dresses all summer.
See,
They're
I'm
just
opposite here.
so much cuter.
I got all excited looking at all my coats yesterday because like, oh my gosh, I get to wear sweaters soon and all my sweatshirts and
See, I
sweaters.
put on a sweater and I go outside and I'm warm, and then I come in and I'm just so hot. And then you can't.
I think my favorite
adjust.
temperature is like fall when you're wearing shorts and a sweatshirt. I kind of like
Oh,
that.
fall just makes me sad.
I'm sorry. So summer clothes you love.
Love summer clothes.
And your summer clothing is fairly recently acquired. I mean, you don't really have any old pieces of summer clothing.
I used to.
Suzanne,
We told this story.
Yeah, we talked about this before, but Suzanne always buys quality clothing that she likes to,
Yeah, if you really love
price,
something,
I say high price. She says quality, something that will last for 20 years.
quality over quantity.
Yes, and one year,
And sometimes
my
both.
lovely mother was helping Suzanne organize. My mother is the original. I use the word purger, but now people get paid to be home organizers, where you bring them in and they purge your closet.
She does not believe in any clutter whatsoever.
Yes, and
None.
this was going into winter, and so you put all of your summer clothes into plastic bags.
I think it was spring break, maybe.
Whatever it was, but she
Yeah.
came and she took all your summer clothes, or you put all your summer clothes.
We separated stuff that I wanted to give away, or
stuff you're throwing away, stuff you're
I was
giving
getting
away.
rid of, and then we just refolded or whatever, all of my stuff, because it wasn't warm enough yet for those like white linen.
Yada yada yada. Mom threw everything away.
Yada yada yada. She put it on the trash truck.
All of Suzanne's summer clothing collection for like 20 years is in some landfill. So things to love about summer. Summer clothes. We talked about that. Sunglasses. Do you love sunglasses?
I love sunglasses.
You've got like 20 pairs.
No, I do not. I only have 2.
Here's one that we have not done. Picnics.
And one that I love that I broke.
Picnics in the park. Just picnics.
Yeah, I like picnics when it's cool, but see, our kids won't eat outside.
I know, but
because of bugs.
And like
They
when I
hate
worked in
bugs.
New York City, I love to grab lunch and go sit in Bryant Park or go to Central Park, or I love to go in the park.
I
and
love
have
to
a
sit
picnic.
outside if it's in the shade, and like we
every
did last night. That was so nice.
And every time I go to like some place that has those really fancy picnic baskets, I always want to buy one because it has the plates and all that kind of stuff. But then I think
we never use it.
no. But then I think I've got an RV that does all that. Like for me, instead of picnicking, it's
I
sitting
think
outside my
picnicking
RV.
is doing it at your.
But
at your
picnics in the
camper.
park is great. Long walks, something we don't do.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of the walk because then I really do get hot and cranky.
Yeah, but sitting out on a warm evening, we talked about that. You love doing that.
I love it. We do it every night.
Eating fresh, tasty salads.
Well, okay,
you like
salads. I like the salads that we're doing now because it's all that fresh stuff from the CSA.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool because during the summer we have how many weeks? Like 12 weeks, 14 weeks, 20 weeks, whatever it is, where every Thursday we go pick up fresh produce from our community-supported agriculture CSA, and we have no idea if we're going to get chard or kale or
Tonight,
lettuce.
I'm going to make salsa with tomatoes from Denise's garden, actually,
Yes,
and
so the
onions,
tomatillos and all that kind of stuff.
tomatillos and stuff from the CSA.
Yeah, we love it. Find a CSA. Google CSA for your area.
Yeah,
That's been
if
one of the
you
greatest
can
things
find
we've done
one,
for several years.
it's amazing.
Every Thursday, we just get fresh
You
produce.
learn how to make new stuff all the time, and it's all fresh, and you
So-
have to use it because it's organic.
So, 30 things I love about summer. When I say I love eating fresh, tasty salads, I'm not a salad guy, but I love doing that with you. That is a lot of fun. So, another one,
Fresh fruit. Oh my gosh, I love fruit.
drinking sangria.
I love to make sangria.
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't make it,
what do you
but
do to make
once
sangria?
this year. Well, I didn't get my peaches this year. We decided
We
not to
usually
do
the peach
that.
truck. And in the past couple of years, we've been averaging a box a week through the mail, and then we just don't have enough stuff to do 13 pieces.
Well, we're not home as much now that we're gone so much for the race season, and so I was giving them away because I couldn't. Cook
and they're
as
like
much
$3
with
a
them.
piece. The
Yeah,
Peach
they're
Truck
not
is a great
cheap.
organization.
But I like to make peach sangria,
I do love peach sangria.
and I love to make that.
Okay, orange glowy sunsets. I love the
Gosh,
sunsets.
why do people not love all of this except for the walks? Yeah.
Fresh air, exploring new places, ice cream. I like going to get ice cream.
Well,
We've done
I
that
know.
quite a few times.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I always have to get.
At the
"You
moment
have a
we're having-
child's size.
At the time we're having the ice cream, it's great. A few hours later, it's not so fun being
Yeah.
with you. But summer playlist. I
have one.
I do numerous ones.
I have one
There's a lot of good
that I
gospel.
play like it's all summer feely.
For me, it's like Kirk Franklin and John P. Key and all that kind of fun.
Mine is like, you know what mine is.
Yeah, I do. It's just a different version of John Mayer. Road trips.
Jonas Brothers
Road
and stuff
trips are great in the summer. We
Yeah,
love our
we've
road
done
trips.
a couple of little, fast road.
Hey, I'm at number 23, eating fresh strawberries.
Why would you not love that?
Okay. Ice cold drinks on a hot day. I've been drinking a lot. I drink a lot of
You're a sponge.
juice and all that kind of stuff. The smell of freshly cut grass.
I knew you were going to say that, and I was just getting,
You don't like
excited. I love it. I love it so much. I don't
we have
love
talked
that
about
our
this
neighbors that do it on their dual
Yeah, our neighbors
John
haven't
Deere
discovered our podcast,
tractors.
I don't think, but their last name is Stewart as well, and they're a lovely couple. But they have matching John Deere tractors.
Well, I just don't like it because they are so good about doing their grass, and we are not.
This is one of the reasons why we're not in
And
a
our
neighborhood.
grass always looks
People who
gross.
live in a neighborhood, their house looks fantastic because they got to keep their lawn all perfect because of all the other neighbors.
Because the HOA is
Our next door neighbors don't realize they're not in a neighborhood because they have matching zero turn.
Yeah.
They have 2 tractors. They have 2 zero turns, and it's like synchronized. Like imagine 2 older people because they're older than us.
They have grandkids. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and they're synchronized lawn mowing. And,
But
and they
he
do
is
patterns.
like retired,
They're
semi-retired.
they're sweetest people.
So I mean,
in the
they
world.
have time to do it. We just don't always have time. And
But they go out there, and I feel
I'm
sorry for them
allergic
because,
to everything.
Like their house is perfect. They're the ones who stole our cat. Well, I should say we've talked about that. A cat that we actually stole.
The community cat.
The Hawes family, 2 doors down. Their cat moved in with us for a couple of years, and then moved
he
in
moved
next
over.
door.
She moved over there, and then I think she went down to the Daniels.
Well, all I know is they're nice people. They have a lovely yard and like one little tiny yappy dog. But our pigs have discovered that they have an apple tree.
They have several apple trees.
Several fruit trees, and our pigs go missing. They know how
Yeah,
to go-
she's called
yeah.
me. She called me a couple times last week.
I'm just glad they're not shooting our pig.
No, the pigs were over there, and they kind of crack up at them and stuff. You know, they're funny, but they eat the apples that fall from the trees, which I think are.
But
funny.
I will say, when I smell like grass, now I hate mowing the grass. You know this, but I do
You're
it.
quick though. You do it real
Yeah,
fast.
but when I smell like I mowed the grass, somehow that's an aphrodisiac to you.
Yeah, I love it.
I spend a lot of money on cologne and stuff like that, but you like fresh cut grass.
I do.
A little bit of gas mixed in there. You like that too?
I do like the smell of gas. That's kind of scary.
Not having to wear a jacket when out. You like that.
Yeah.
Okay, things I love about the summer. Autumn, fall is just around the corner because that's my favorite season.
So depressing.
Holidays like 4th of July at home
I love the 4th of July.
or abroad. I like going.
Oh, I thought you were going to say or a bra, and I was like, I haven't worn a bra all summer.
We need to do an episode just on the fact that the older a woman gets, the less likely she is
Gosh,
to be wearing
undergarments are of the
undergarments.
devil. Not a fan.
Okay, this is a whole episode we'll talk about later because I don't understand.
You wouldn't understand if you had to wear those constricting things all the time. And that's the other thing. When winter comes, you got to wear underwear again.
So all you're saying is between you and me is a thin layer of gabardine. Okay.
Okay, Jerry Seinfeld.
Salty sea breezes. I love being at the ocean and coming in. You don't.
I don't dislike it.
Okay, last thing.
I like-
Summer always seems to make people happier.
I think that's true.
You know, one of the women I'm not allowed to be within 500 feet of, Julia Moffat. She always talks about.
Julia Moffat.
She always talks about how she loves the heat, and she's like always saying to Chuck, "Hey, you know,
I don't
it's
love-
like 90 degrees."
I just think it's so much more like I don't love the heat. Like I wish I wasn't so hot all the time. I hate to sweat. Things kind of make me miserable temperature wise, but I'm that way all the time. So why not take that in stride to get all this other stuff? You know what else that's not on your list?
What's
that
not
is
on my list?
a huge one for me. I don't like naked trees.
Oh, you mean trees that leaves?
Yes, I hate it so much. It just makes me feel sad. So as soon as those leaves start falling, where everybody thinks, "Oh, that's so beautiful," it's real pretty for about what, a week, 2 weeks, maybe, and then it's just months of naked trees and brown and nothing pretty. You know, I love how green we have. Everything around here is green because we've got the field across the street from us and we have such great big trees, you know, and everything is green. I like it to be green.
I'm thinking
Flowers.
I'm thinking the title of my first solo album will be Naked Trees. It'll be
Happy
songs-
trees, naked trees.
Naked trees. Just naked trees.
I don't naked trees.
You won't like my singing voice either, so it'll be perfect.
I've heard your singing voice.
I know, it's pretty impressive. Okay, so
Moving on.
We've talked for 30 minutes about summer. I'm going to give you some tips real quick before we wrap this up. 10 ways to enjoy the last days of summer. I mean, it's still
right
summer.
Now my leg is sticking to this bench. That's not my favorite.
It is still summer.
Still summer. I'm sorry. Take your pumpkin spice and get out of my way.
Oh my gosh. Suzanne will go nuts if somebody's talking about pumpkin spice. Okay, number one, get in or on the water. Kids can spend hours upon hours in water, so whatever's near you. Go to the ocean, lake, creek, it doesn't matter. Go in the water. Like right now, just after school, before church, after church, whatever, go get in the water because pretty soon we won't be able to get in the water.
I know.
I know it's a fall thing too, but I love having a campfire. I love doing a fire during the summer and burning things and things of that nature.
Yeah, the kids love that more than they like to get in the water, I think, unless it's the ocean. Oh, that's big.
Another thing, and I know our city parks here in both Noblesville and Fishers do this, and metropolitan areas do this, but go see a movie in the park. Go sit outside, do something. Go to a concert in the park.
Shakespeare in the park.
Shakespeare in the park. I think those are already over, but yes.
But I mean, there are so many things. Concerts
Pack a dinner, pack snacks.
Connor Prairie. Is that over
Absolutely.
with? Symphony on the Prairie?
But get out, go to a concert, go to the theater, do those things. Another thing, and we've talked about this in a full episode, but I encourage you right now because it's still summer, play tourist. You know, are there places in your town you've always wanted to go visit with the family? A museum, a petting zoo, a local attraction, historical site, Holiday World. Every town has something.
Go ride a horse somewhere.
So every place, go be a tourist. Give yourself the right to be a tourist.
I think you just really have to give yourself permission to sort of not be a know-it-all about everything where you live.
This is one that I love, and I used to do it with the Cub Scouts. You won't like this at all, but plan a summer hike.
Yeah, hiking is no bueno.
But there are so many trails in Hamilton County. There's so many great parks in the state of Indiana. There's so many great trails. I love hiking.
Well, I mean, some of my best friends just love
By the way,
hike.
I haven't told you this.
Just makes me so
I got a letter in the
tired.
mail saying that I've been, on the past 2 years, I've been on a waiting list with Limmer Boots to have my custom pair of hiking boots.
Hiking? I thought they were cowboy boots.
No, that's a different pair of boots. I do have a custom pair of cowboy boots that are actually, I actually have 2 pairs of custom cowboy boots that are on order, but a pair of hiking boots for me to actually go hit the trail.
And he complains about me.
Okay, my hiking boots don't even come close to some of your shoes. But anyway, okay, that's a lie.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Limmer
so.
Company. No, Chris Sawyer, who worked at the Boy Scouts, he became an investor in Limmer Boots, and when he did, I signed up and sent my deposit in. But I have to go to New Hampshire at some point this fall and put my feet in their little thing so they can measure my feet.
I'll go with you.
Will you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that goes right into our next little thing that says before the end of the summer. Plan a weekend getaway. So let's go to Intervale, New Hampshire, and get my boots sized. It says, take that weekend getaway you've been putting off all summer, or take the family for a quick weekend. So
we're going to Nashville.
Yes, we are twice, I think. But the whole thing is before the end of the summer, just plan another weekend getaway. Before now and the end.
And we're
of summer,
going to a couple of races too. That's always fun. Yeah.
Another one, and this is something I like to do because, hey, I'm a diabetic, but treats, do a treat stop. I like ice cream, do a treat
stop. You know what our treat stop is?
What is our treat stop?
Albany's.
We do like Albany's. And if you're in Indiana, you know Albany's.
Or Buc-ee's.
Yeah, if there's a Buc-ee's near you and you go by all the sour balls and all that kind of stuff, those are actually made in Indiana by Albany's.
Shut up. Are they really?
Yes, that whole wall of candy there.
I did not know that.
Yes. Albany's makes gummy bears for them and makes those.
I did not know
those
that.
ropes. All those sour balls are from Albany's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, plan a treat stop. Stop by a treat stop or get a new treat at a favorite stop. That place that the kids love, the Fudge Packer Uranus place.
Fudge Packer.
Sorry. It's called
That's what
Uranus.
They say. Yeah.
But go there. Just go get treats. It's fun. This is one that splash pad meat party, things like that. Kids, if you've got
when the kids were little, Lord have mercy, I lived at the splash pad.
You did.
Yeah, they loved it because it wasn't like a full-on get in the water. You had to have a lifeguard or whatever. But Jules especially loved the splash pad. She loved it.
Okay.
They have one at the zoo, I think.
So hopefully this talk about summer has just made you sit and reminisce and think about how great summer is, and I hope you get to enjoy it.
It doesn't mean that I don't take a fan everywhere I go.
You do well, and our front porch. I wish people could come see our front porch because a lot of
My
people
husband loves me. He has rigged it up just for his sweet, hot wife.
Yeah, a lot of people like sitting on the front porch with a little church fan. You know, Suzanne has one of those big barrel fans. It's
It's a big barn fan.
Yeah,
and it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, and when we're sitting out there having a glass, or if I'm smoking a cigar, it's like, can we turn off the wind?
Oh, but it feels so good.
I know it is good. All right, so Suzanne,
John,
are you ready for what we're talking about next on the next episode?
oh, what is it going to be about? Fall?
No, it's not. On the next episode, join us on the next episode of the Marry Your Best Friend podcast, where we're going to talk about one of us needs help. We're going to talk about going to therapy.
What kind of help?
We're going to talk about going to therapy, marriage counseling, or as our kids, we used to tell our kids, the talking doctor.
Oh, yes, we did call it the talking.
So a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about therapy. And
We are pro
seeking
therapy.
mental health, or relationship help. We're going to be open and talk about that.
Love you.
We can talk about that next week.